If you own a car, you've probably heard these two terms a million times: liability and full coverage. But what do they actually mean? Why is one so cheap and the other so expensive? And most importantly, which one do you actually need in 2025? In this video, we're breaking it all down in super simple language, so you'll never be confused at the insurance office again. Let's start with the absolute basics. What is liability insurance? Liability is the bare minimum coverage you need to drive legally in most states. Think of it like this: if you cause an accident, liability insurance pays for the other person's damages, not yours. It covers two main things. First, property damage liability. This pays for their car, their fence, their mailbox, anything you damage. Second, bodily injury liability. This covers the other person's hospital bills, lost wages from being unable to work, and even legal fees if they decide to sue you. So, liability protects everyone else from your mistakes, but it does absolutely nothing for you or your car. If you cause the accident, you get $0 to fix your own vehicle. This is exactly why it's the cheapest option available. So then, what is full coverage? Well, it's not really a single policy. Full coverage is just a common term for a bundle of three insurances: liability, plus two very important additions: collision and comprehensive. Let's break those down. Collision coverage is exactly what it sounds like. It pays to repair your car's damage if you get into a collision. It doesn't matter if you hit another car, if someone hits you, or if you slide on ice and hit a tree. If your car is damaged in a crash, collision coverage helps pay for your repairs, no matter who was at fault. Then you have comprehensive coverage. Think of this as the everything else policy. It covers damage to your car that happens without a crash. We're talking about things like theft, fire, floods, hailstorms, a tree falling on your car, hitting a deer, or even vandalism. It's for all the bad luck that can happen when your car is just sitting there. So, when you combine liability, collision, and comprehensive, you get full coverage. It protects other people, it protects you, and it protects your car. And that's why it costs more, because it covers so much more. Let's talk about that price difference. Why is one so cheap and the other so much more expensive? As we said, liability only pays for other people's problems. The insurance company's risk is limited, but full coverage pays for everyone's problems, including yours. To give you an idea, in 2025, typical liability-only insurance might run you between $40 and $70 a month. Full coverage for that same driver could be anywhere from $120 to $190 a month. Yeah, it can be 2 or even 3 times more expensive, but that extra cost can save you thousands of dollars after just one accident. Let me give you a quick, real-world example. Imagine you accidentally back into a parked car. Let's say the damage to your car is for $1,000 and the damage to their car is $3,000. If you only have liability insurance, your policy will pay their $3,000. But the $4,000 to fix your car, that comes straight out of your own pocket. Now, if you have full coverage, their $3,000 is covered, and your $1,000 is also covered, minus your deductible. That one single mistake can be the difference between a small inconvenience and a devastating financial hit. So, who should stick with just liability? It's generally a good option for people with older, less valuable cars. If your car is only worth $3,000 or $4,000, paying a couple thousand a year for full coverage might not make financial sense. It's also for people who barely drive, or those who simply need to meet the bare legal minimum to stay on the road and can't afford a higher premium. On the other hand, who really needs full coverage? This is a must-have if your car is new, if you're financing it with a loan, or if you're leasing it. In fact, your lender will probably require it. It's also highly recommended if your car still has significant value, say $8,000 or more. If you rely on your car daily, drive long distances, or live in an area with high rates of accidents or theft, full coverage gives you the crucial financial protection. One bad day shouldn't wipe out your savings. Now, let's clear up the biggest misunderstanding people have. Many drivers think, hey, if someone else hits me, their insurance will pay for my car, so I don't need full coverage. That sounds logical, but it's a huge gamble. What happens if the person who hits you has no insurance at all? What if it's a hit and run and you never find them? Or what if their insurance company denies the claim for some reason? In all of those scenarios, if you only have liability, you are left with a broken car and no one to pay for it. Full coverage, specifically your collision or uninsured motorist coverage, is what protects you when the other person can't or won't pay. Finally, a quick word on the deductible. With full coverage, you'll have a deductible, which is the amount you pay out of pocket before the insurance kicks in. This is usually $500 or $1,000. For example, if you have a $2,500 repair bill and a $500 deductible, you pay the first $500. So, which one is better? Honestly, neither is universally better. The right choice depends entirely on your car's value, your budget, and your personal risk tolerance. Liability protects your legal duty to others. Full coverage protects your wallet and your investment. Choosing the right insurance isn't about guesswork, it's about understanding your needs. If this video helped you finally understand the difference, make sure to subscribe. We explain money and insurance in simple, easy language to help you make smarter decisions. Thanks for watching.